I never viewed myself as a child. I like to say the youngest I've ever been is being here at GW. I didn't realize that my life was different until I was about 14, when I started going to friends' houses and seeing that their houses were different, that their parents were different. I was born in Passaic, New Jersey. I grew up in an all-female household. I'm the youngest of 4 daughters. My sisters, they were all out of the house by the time I was about 4. I grew up as an only child because of it. My dad got sick for the first time when I was about 7 or 8. He has a terminal heart condition. He was given 5 years to live 7 years ago. So all grace to God that he gets to be here still. But I didn't grow up with my parents together, and my dad really wasn't an active part of my life. My mom has bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. She's also physically disabled. She was put in a car accident in 2011. And so I kind of grew up as her liaison within the system. And to me, that was my normal. My mom, because of her disability, she's a really bad hoarder. I remember one specific time, my friend, she was like, "Darianny, I want to come over to your house." And at the time, me and my mom were living in a studio. And we would call it the dollhouse because it was so little. I remember she came upstairs and I saw how she looked at my house. Just her face of complete shock. I think that was my first time realizing this is not normal. But I couldn't do anything about it, I was just a kid. Education wasn't something that was prioritized in my family because we were just trying to survive. I wasn't told that my education could be a force to come out of poverty. School was just another chore among all the other things that I had to do. I was very badly behaved as a child. I think I was a very big product of my environment. I was in and out of, child services. I think I was just a child in need of attention because I was very neglected because there was no adults, no parents in my life that could really foresee me and give me structure, and so I was kind of on my own. At 14, I aspired to be a teen mom. I thought that the only thing that I could aspire to was motherhood.
Completing our top 5 for Teen Miss Earth USA, the spot goes to...
Pageantry really was what changed everything for me.
New Jersey!
So when the first time I got to stand on a stage and people actually listened to me, people looked at me, people saw potential in me. It was something good could come from me. And previous to that moment, I didn't think that good things could come from me. I was wow, maybe I do matter. I had a Board of Education member sponsor me into my first pageant when I was 15. As I continued competing, and I won, and I started realizing that there was power in my voice, power in the things that I did.
USA, I'm looking forward to continue being that example that no matter where you come from, what you go through, or what you look like, you can achieve absolutely
It was right after
anything.
my first pageant that I realized that I wanted to be in public service. I remember I was 15, I'm going to study political science in college. I want to serve my community. I want to be of service to everyone. I actually thought about dropping out my first year in community college. I was failing all of my classes. I didn't even know how to study. By the end of my first year in community college, my mom and I were battling another eviction action. And I knew in my heart we were going to be homeless by the end of the year. I didn't drop out because people expected something from me. At that point, I was already teen New Jersey. People were seeing me as a role model. When I was talking about poverty and talking about my circumstances with my mom, people assume that you overcome it. These are things that I'm actively going through. I got into GW 3 days after my mom and I were officially evicted from our home. GW didn't just grant me the opportunity to be at my dream school. It granted me the opportunity to have a home. In the year that I've been here, I always say this, everything has changed, and yet I've never felt more like myself. The GW has really given me a life that I did not know I could live. opportunities that I did not know someone like me could have. When I got to be in Senator Cory Booker's office, that was the one for me. He was my mayor in Newark. My mom and I, we were homeless about 4 times in my life. So we would actually go to his office for resources constantly. And so Cory Booker was a very big part of my childhood. For me, it wasn't just an internship. Getting to advance policy and legislation for someone who I have admired so much, but not just admired, somebody who has impacted my life directly since I was a little girl, it meant the world to me.
Doors open. This is a red line train to Shady Grove, Glenmorley. Move to the center of the car. The next stop is
Getting my job currently at the DOJ, it officially means breaking the cycle of poverty in my family. When I get to graduate from here in a year, and I get to walk across that stage, when my nephews apply to college next year, when my nieces say, Nani, I want to be whatever I want to be when I grow up, they know that they can achieve it because someone has done it, and they can see the representation that they're searching for. I'm the first ever director of diversity, equity, and inclusion for the Student Government Association. I think my life is a testament to what happens when we include people from all walks of life. I want to bring in the voices of students that are non-traditional, that feel like SGA isn't a space for them. I want them to have the audacity to believe that they belong here. And if that's all I accomplished throughout my year as director of DEI, then I think I'm accomplishing a lot. I'm an admissions representative. I currently work part-time at the Department of Justice. It's funny because being at GW has taught me that anything can happen. Anything at all can happen. If you would have asked me a year ago where I would be right now, I didn't think I would be in DC. And so in 10 years, anything can happen. I can sit here and tell you that I am going to be an attorney. I hope to be working on education policy. So in 10 years, I think I'm going to be living an impossible life that I can't even physically dream up or explain right now.
If you could go back to little you, what would you say to her right now?
I don't think I would say anything. I think I would just give her a hug. Because she really needed a hug. You know, when you ask me this question, like all I think about is how grateful I am to be in the position that I'm in. Getting to say that, like, oh, that isn't my life anymore. Because it was really hard. And there are many times where I didn't want to be alive, where I didn't understand why me. And now today I can say it's made me exactly who I am. And I'm happy that I get to be as strong as I am today, but 7-year-old Darianny didn't need to be strong. I think she needed to be loved and cared for and paid attention to. And I think I get to heal her every day, getting to love and care and pay attention to others.